Hello. In recognition of Banned Book Week 2024, in a few moments I'll share with you what got The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn banned. But I get to that, I just want to take a moment to discuss book bans in general. If you're watching this video, you probably saw the thumbnail that mentioned the year 1905. That's right, 1905, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn was banned. That was a book that was published in 1884. The point of this is book bans are not new. They have been happening for decades, centuries. It is just something that people have had to deal with, not on the level that we are now, and there are specific reasons why. Decades ago, a century or so ago, there was no internet, there was no social media. Information didn't spread like wildfire. You couldn't connect with 100,000, a million, 2 million people all at once. You can do that now. And that is one of the reasons there has been such a substantial increase in book bans. But they are not new. Every generation has had to go through them, and many popular books have at one point in time in their existence ended up on someone's banned, and when I say someone's, either a school's, a library, a state's, it's ended up on a banned book list somewhere. When an author writes a book, obviously they want to reach, or usually they want to reach the broadest possible audience, but they're never going to reach everyone. Their writing is not going to appeal. The subject matter isn't going to appeal. It's like a work of art. It doesn't appeal to anyone. I'm one of those people, even though I love a lot of the work of Leonardo da Vinci, the Mona Lisa leaves me cold. I just do not understand why it receives all of the accolades it receives. But that's me. It's personal. I'm not going to tell other people not to like it. It's just, it doesn't move me in the way that it moves other people. But back to literature. If you had the opportunity to read the Great Gatsby blog post on the Teshley Solutions website, and if you didn't, I'll put a link to it in the description. Now, that book has been banned on occasion for various reasons, but that was not the discussion of that particular blog post. That blog post talked about its evolution to classic status because it did not start out that way. Mr. Fitzgerald, F. Scott Fitzgerald, whose birthday was yesterday, by the way, went to his grave believing that his book was a failure because at the time that he crossed over into the other life, it was a failure. It gained popularity a decade and a half, a little bit more, after he passed away. Times change, tastes change, what people like and don't like ebbs and flows like the tide. The same is true with book bans. A book that may have started out popular will fall out of favor. A book that was out of favor will get popular and then end up on a banned book list. My point is that many people are frustrated by so many requests to have so many books banned for various reasons, and I'm not going to get into all of that now. My advice to you is to take a deep breath and recognize it's not the first time this has happened. It's just the first time it's happened on such a widespread basis. And you can fight against it. You can launch your own campaign to champion the cause of whatever particular book that you like. But know that you are not alone in this. Many, many people, many parents, librarians have all had to face this before. Now, having said that, back to Huck Finn and how and why he got banned. Now, the thumbnail reads one word. Technically, it was really three, but it was one word that was found to be most objectionable. And again, this was 1905. So, no, despite its proliferation throughout the book, it is not the N word that got Huck Finn banned. It was the word sweat. Yep, you heard me right. Sweat, as opposed to perspiration, that got The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn banned from the Brooklyn Public Library in 1905. Now there was an objection to two other words, and get ready for these. They were itched and scratched. Wouldn't even cause anyone to blink an eye these days. But for whatever reason, some 20 years after its publication, the powers that be at the Brooklyn Public Library decided that that was just too much for them, and so the book was banned. I have a link to the description in the description with an article that talks about this. It focuses on the N word, but it mentions how the book was initially received and what happened to it subsequently. If you like this video, if you found this informative, please remember to give it a thumbs up, like it, and subscribe. And always, I encourage you to share with your family and friends. And I will see you the next time. Have a great day, evening, weekend, whatever it is, whenever you see this. Enjoy. Remember, education is a journey. Let's take it together.